Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Brianna and I'm a third grade teacher, maybe in North Carolina, and I'm about to start my 10th year of teaching, which is wild goodness. And I have a boot on my foot. So this will be a fun addition to year 10. If you haven't been following me on TikTok, I have all of my links down below, but it's just putting forth effort. I have been posting a little bit on there, a little bit about what's been going on with my ankle and such. I posted the few videos I did film at the end of the year. Since then on YouTube, I had to get another surgery 2 weeks ago. Went in for my final appointment where I was supposed to be done with the doctor, and he was like, you need surgery again. So I guess that was a little over 3 weeks ago now, but luckily there was a cancellation. I got in for surgery right away the next week, non-weight bearing for 2 weeks, got my stitches out 2 days ago, and praise the Lord, they did not put me in a cast. But anyway, I've been on so many different medications for that situation since February. So my body's all out of whack. Luckily, I'm not in a lot of pain, so I don't need to take my pain medication today. If anything, I'll take ibuprofen. I can take some brain medicine and get busy started with some school stuff. I've been trying to organize my screenshots into some kind of order because I have just kind of screenshotted a lot of ideas along the way. They're all over the place. So I now have a classroom album on my phone, and these are coming from that. I don't even know if I have it on here. Oh yeah, I do. Number line is on here. I have finally printed a number line. I have never had a number line in my classroom. Isn't that wild? I will link this one down below. I chose this one because the numbers were black. There was another one that was similar, but the numbers were also the color, and I thought that just might be too much. I want to keep it simple. And then this one is editable. So it goes up to 120, but I'm going to keep it going until I run out of space. I just trimmed these, except for the first one, I trimmed the bottom and the left side. That way they can all overlap the right side. And then I left the top because it'll be at the top of my room anyway. That is all cut, and I'm going to store it in one of my zipper pouches. That way it can stay safe for the next 2 weeks before I get back into my classroom, or the next week. Oh gosh, it's just a week. After next week, I go back to my classroom, and then I'm not going to print any more yet. I'm going to see how this fits in my room before I move further. A couple other things I should mention. I am not laminating it because then there will be a glare and I don't want to have to spray paint over that. So it's going to be out of reach anyway. Once it's stapled up, it'll be fine. I printed it, I thought, on paper that was a little bit thicker and that you can't see through, but you could definitely see through it, but that doesn't matter. So basically regular printer paper, because it's going to go up on the wall. So whatever, but that will be safe in there. I also printed Teach, Create, Motivates updated toolbox labels. Now, I know this is not a cool thing to have anymore. It used to be all the rave back in the day, but I do still use my toolbox like no other. And I've always had her bundle here, and I love the updated version. So I am going to laminate these just to make it easier to rearrange them in case I like mess up or something. I printed all of them. I won't need all of them, but I'm going to prep them. That way I don't have to think about that once I am at school, because this is something extra anyway that if I don't get to, it's fine. So I will do that in a moment. A couple things have happened. It's been a few hours, but I've definitely been working. I laminated all of the labels, and big and small, and then cut them out. It's actually very therapeutic not using a paper cutter because I only have scissors right now. But goodness, that was fun. Also, there's a dog hair trapped inside of there. I don't know which ones I'm going to use, so I just did them all. It was easy that way. Scotch laminator, of course. This is the one I keep at home, and then I have my old Scotch one at school, just so I don't have to bring them back and forth. And then I just laminated this Phonics Sequence. It was like a freebie. I will link this down below. My mathematical brain needs this. I know it doesn't always flow this way or work this way for every child, but I just need a resource like this to help with like interventions and where to go next. I thought I'd laminate it and I'll probably put it in a binder. And then I'm going to just store these in that same pouch over there. We got 2 packages. Oh, and I got another of my favorite sharpener. Amazing. So now I'll have 2. The company actually sent this to me, which is wild. I'll show you my Amazon cart. I bought one maybe even before last year started. I'll show you what it does in a minute. But if you haven't seen one of these, glorious. Except for when children's pencils get too small or when it's about dead. Or if it's a colored pencil, it needs to be all the way here. So maybe actually I'll use one for pencils and one for colored pencils. But I'll show you what that looks like in a moment. I think this is my magnetic border. I have never purchased myself nice magnetic border. I went ahead and bit the bullet. It is my 10th year of teaching, and if I want to invest in something nice that is classic, why not? So this is 2 different columns right here. So I purchased both from Amazon. I'll link everything down below that I've talked about so far in this video. I didn't know if the scallop would be too busy, so I wanted to test them both out. I get into my classroom in another full week, so you guys will be the first to know which one I choose. Which one is your favorite, the straight or the scallop? This is magnetic, so it's for my front whiteboard. So apparently my boyfriend doesn't have normal pencils at his house, so I will have to show you in another video. But it is an automatic pencil sharpener. It looks like a little alien, so you could put eyes on it. It's so cute. Here's the charger. You do need to use a regular size cube or else it won't charge if you use a larger one. You can spin the bottom to be really, 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 really beautifully sharp or dull, and that dull one is for those colored pencils because they're softer. So this is showing you the 3 different settings, and it's not kidding. The kids are so amazed every time they use it, but I can't wait to show you in the future. So thank you so much to AFMAT for sending me another because it is a lifesaver.